We've always specialised mainly in soul music, or black music, shall we say, in all its various styles. 60s, 70s, 80s soul. Style of music that's become known as Northern Soul. So we try to be able to provide things that people want, but have difficulty being able to track down.
Yeah, Tim Brown, who's the man behind Beaten Rhythm's just written this book and brought it out. It devotes itself to the Club Wigan Casino, the home of Northern Soul, and he's done a fantastic job. He is, the person, the most erudite literary person to speak to about Northern Soul and zoological matters as well. He's an eminent zoologist, but beside the point, his book on a knowledge of Wigan and Northern Soul is beyond reproach. An example would be a typical Motown B-side. It becomes an up-tempo melodic soul record from the 60s with all the production values that would have with it. There was a few pirate stations. Without them, there would have been no soul music played at all. And I guess it's something to do with the working class social environment. The lyrics are often very emotional and written by people in a similar social working class in Detroit. And it just latched onto them, the emotion within, and it's something you can connect with very easily.
Do you specialise in?
Well, I'll say electronic, but obviously, if you want it to be like me to go into further detail, it'd be like drum. I'll go along the wall. It's like drum and bass, dubstep, techno, dub techno, and then pretty much like house, and then you get some sort of older reissues on this side, Yeah, but we just basically electronic music, new electronic music. Obviously, other stores do their own thing, but we just do electronic music.
We've got quite a broad spectrum, haven't we?
We
a lot
do.
of students, obviously with the dubstep.
Dubstep drum and bass tends to be sort of what, between anything from 15 upwards.
Yeah, it's
Whereas-
quite a young market.
Whereas sort of techno, dub techno, house music, you do get younger ones coming in to buy it, but you tend to get sort of 20 plus. And then we also get like a few 40, 50-year-olds coming in and buying regular amounts of like techno music.
Who've
You really
shopped
wouldn't
here
expect them
since
to
the
buy it.
beginning.
Yeah.
I think it's not going to reduce. It's not going to get any more smaller kind of thing. I think it's at a nice, healthy level.
Yeah.
There's new people, new customers every year kind of thing.
There still are 18-year-olds coming in to buy records, but there's also that steady flow of people that have been buying records for 10 years, who've always bought records, who are always going to come in to buy records. They're not going to change now because everyone else is changing around them.
People make a pilgrimage here because their connection with, it's a 7-day operation. We're here when people have the day off work and they want to indulge themselves in the hobby. They migrate to here from all corners of the UK, really, to get the fix of Northern Soul and black music in general. I mean, there's a list of celebrities I could name drop. I mean, DJ Shadow, for example, is a regular here. The Chemical Brothers, Tim Burgess, Bobby Gillespie, Morrissey, Johnny Marr, etc.
And these are all attracted to vinyl, not CDs.
Yeah.
Vinyl alone.
Yeah,
The Black Jewel. We've got to try and keep
shelling out for
selling.
shellac. We could sell it to them on a £5, same record, on a reissue, one that was made recently. Same record though, same recording, but to have that original label, it's the one-upmanship. A lot of it's been able to boast that you've got that first issue of it. For example, Friday we just sold a copy of Ray Pollard, The Drifter, on United Artists. That was £200. That's typical of the first division price. It doesn't go into the Premier League of prices. They're the ones that start, at your 500 plus, and there's quite a few collectors who are prepared to happily spend that kind of money.
Sometimes if you just read sleeve notes, you can get other things like oh, such and such played this instrument on there, or it was mastered by this person. You're like, I really like the way this sounds, and then you start buying records just because it's mastered by this person, and you just, you know, it's like a rabbit hole. You know, just by when you actually hold it, you can find out so much more.
iPod generation's very, right, skip 30 seconds in, oh, this bit's alright, and then they'll flick to the next track. Because you've got thousands of maybe MP3s at your disposal, but it doesn't necessarily means that you know any of them. Whereas if you have 50 records and you've bought them all, I can guarantee you'll know every track on it inside out.
Yeah. People that are maybe 2 years younger than me, 3 years, and they'll see you and they'll be like that. They'll just be mesmerised because they haven't seen someone play records, like just record after record after record, going through a record bag. You know, they're just not used to it. So it's kind of nice, but also kind of quite sad, really. But well, there you go.
A 7-inch single is just a foreign territory to somebody who lives by the MP3 and the iPod culture. They won't know what it is. And children have come in with their parents, looked at the decks and thought, oh, what's that? It goes round, and they simply set it going and put the record arm on. And no record's been on because they don't know what to do with them. There's a lot of people who've grown up from school days with a love of soul, and so they might be of an age, like say from 50 to 60, or they might be of an age from 30 to 50, and if we can provide an outlet for it for them to come and browse and purchase, and that's great.
You've got the first generation of Northern Soul people of our age in a position where they've perhaps got some money to spend and indulge themselves in the hobby of their youth, and it's the kind of music that doesn't date. You know, it still sounds fantastic today. It's influenced many people in the charts today, so it'll be around for some time. Early recollections of growing up hearing the Supremes on Top of the Pops it must have been when Baby Love was out. I guess that was 63, 64. And sort of sneaking way downstairs to hear what this strange music was coming from the TV, and wanting to stay up and watch it. And I guess it was about 72, 73 when Wigan started. It was 1973 when Wigan started, and this became the home of Northern Soul. It's when it all came together.
I think with regards to old music, I mean, I use a website. Anything that I can't get hold of, there's a website, because you know, you go to some shops and they don't have it, or they don't have it in the condition you want it in. You go online, you've got maybe 15 different copies, all varying grades, and you can choose, and some are from England, some are not. I don't know, I personally think that a website works better for for buying old, rather than, because no shop can carry that much stock.
The tangible aspect of going through and browsing through trays of 45s cannot be done on the internet, thankfully. So rather than just us, being here selling it, I don't think it'd be enough to generate the interest in music, whereas you can enjoy seeing them online, and then maybe find out if we've got it here, we might have it cheaper. We become part of the whole chain of supply for records, so we're happy with it.
Well, it's definitely a labour of love. I mean, anyone who's got up to say over 1,000 records have ever moved house, they'll know it's a labour of love, because I've just moved house, and I know, at the end of it, you're swearing, because you're I've got so many records, and then afterwards you're do you know what, I have got loads of records, and I'm glad I've got these records.
It's a struggle to make ends meet most of the times, in the shop, and we work for not a lot of money, and if music's you love and records you love, then this is the place to be, really.
Bobby Sheen, Something New to Do. That's from 1973 on the Warner Brothers label. There's Mr. Flood's Party compared to what? Billy Wood's Let Me Make You Happy, and that certainly does that once you hear it. These are top recommendations, even though they are reissues. They must be heard by anybody. I don't care what kind of music you're into. Come here and listen to these, and then you'll hear another aspect of what life's all about.
Thanks.
Thank you.